Chelsea fans, I'm still as wound up as I was last night, nearly 24 hours later, against Man United and the substitutions that Enzo Maresca made. And I'm going to go into this video and tell you why I was frustrated, what we could have done, and see if you agree with me, and hopefully you will. And then we also get news about Cole Palmer, which makes matters even worse, in my opinion. And I'm just going to go into it in this particular video. I've waited till now to calm down a little bit and try and get myself together because I am fuming with the way that we handled that game yesterday. Now, let's just talk about the week. We go to Bayern Munich. We're unbeaten. We're playing okay. For the most part, we're playing well. And we go to Bayern, make 3 defensive mistakes, make a bit of a game of it at 2-1 when Palmer scored, and then nothing after that. And we just wasted the opportunity to make a real statement against Bayern Munich. You can't make these defensive mistakes that we did. And it's just ridiculous. I mean, when does Moises Caicedo ever do that in the box in the Premier League? He never does. Stupid decision. And then the last one, Gusto, to give him Harry Kane and go 3-1, killed us. Anyway, we head to Man United and you think, do you know what? This is a Man United team we can go up against. We can take them on. We can try and go there and expose them and really, really go at them and get the right result. Get 3 points. So you look at the team that Maresca picked and you think, do you know what? 4-2-3-1, Esteval left, Neto on the right, Palmer through the middle with João Pedro. Perfect. And then it all changed after 5 minutes when Robert Sanchez made a decision that he did to come out rash, rush of blood to the head, whatever you want to call it. It's a ridiculous decision that he made. There is an argument we should have won the first header. We didn't. Sesko, 6'6", beat Chalobah to the ball. We didn't cover in behind. We got punished. But Sanchez went off. And you're thinking, typical. 5 minutes into the game, we're up against it, but we still got a chance. And I'm thinking, right, what can we do with the 10 men? And so as you're thinking it yourself, you're looking at the TV pictures and you can see Maresca back on the bench in deep conversation with his coaching team. And they're having a deep discussion about how they're going to approach the rest of the game. And all sorts of formations and thoughts are going through your head. What I settled on myself was just make a slight tweak to the wingers, move them back a little bit and go 4-4-1. The back four has remained intact. Jorgensen's on in goal. You would have had to take somebody off, so it might have had to have been, you might have taken Esteval and obviously to bring on Jorgensen. But all you had to do then was put Palmer on the left-hand side, Neto stays on the right-hand side, they play alongside Enzo and Moises Caicedo, and put João Pedro up front. 4-4-1, it's solid. We've got wingers, we've got options. On the bench, we can make changes and bring Garnacho, and we can bring George on to change the 2 wingers if we need to. We got Griou as a replacement up front. We got Malo Gusto come on for either Cucurella or Reece James if needed. 4-4-1, it gives us an opportunity to remain compact and organised, but we have a threat going forward with wingers, actual wingers, and somebody up front as a focal point. And I'm thinking, just do it. Just do that, and we're still in a game here. We can still make a game of it, you know. But what happens? The moment, obviously, Esteval comes off for the goalkeeper. And I'm thinking, right, he's going to do that. But when he takes Neto off, I'm thinking, what are you doing? Straight away, you've taken 2 wingers off. And you're leaving us with a compact defence or a 5-man defence. You've got Palmer playing alongside Caicedo and Enzo with just João Pedro up front. And the only option you got really attacking, unless you get the fullbacks forward, is Palmer's trying to support João Pedro, who's now being man-marked by 3 centre-backs from Man United and covering, and the space wasn't there. And as soon as those substitutions were made, in my head, I'm thinking, what's the point? We're not going to win this game. So if you sit there and think, well, if I'm thinking that, then Man United's players, the manager, the supporters must be thinking exactly the same thing. And most importantly of all, the players, the Chelsea players on the pitch. Like, what are we doing? Are we just going to try and batten down the hatches and try and nick a goal and get a draw? Whereas with 4-4-1, we still got an opportunity here. I couldn't understand it for the life of me. And then you sit there, and what makes it worse for me, right, is you then sit there and you look at the post-match interview, and there was speculation during the game that maybe Palmer's got a knock or whatever. And you find out from Maresca that he's been playing with a groin strain or a problem with his groin, and he's taking painkilling injections. And you sit there and say, okay, So once again, I'll take you back a couple of minutes to what I was saying about Enzo Maresca sitting on the bench with his coaching staff, deep in conversation. Why wasn't that taken into account? Why did Neto have to come off? Why could you not leave Neto on and take Palmer off and protect him? Why? Why is Palmer starting? He's going to make things worse. Surely. It's a ridiculous situation. So we take off Esteval, we take off Neto, and then 20 minutes or so later, we take Cole Palmer off. So we've made 3 changes, and the players we brought off are the 3 in behind the striker. And it leaves us with a compact midfield 3, Andre Santos, Enzo and Casido, with João Pedro foraging up front by himself, relying on the 2 fullbacks to bomb on and go forward. Reece James can't play a whole game. Cucurella, up and down as much as he can be, but every time we went forward, there was no option. And Man United just squeezed up with their high line squeezing up and making it difficult for us. I just thought at the time, especially when you hear the interview afterwards about Cole Palmer, you've taken our attacking threat off the pitch in the first half, before half time. All 3 of them are gone. What are you doing, referee? What are you doing, Maresca? Seriously. And when Palmer went off, I thought it's even made it worse. We're not going to win this game at all. We're nowhere near it. At least with 10 men. If you just, sacrifice one of the wingers, as I said, put Cole Palmer on the left, or even kept Esteval on and brought Palmer off for the keeper, then you got yourself a chance. You got a chance with 2 wingers in a flat midfield 4, trying to get forward to support the striker. The striker can hold the ball up and lay it off wide. You're not relying on the fullbacks, because you're going to need the fullbacks in the game for the rest of the game, because it's going to be tough playing against an extra man. I just thought, and I've said this before about our substitutions, they are wrong. And the fact that the manager sat there and spoke to his coaching team, an in-depth conversation that lasted a couple of minutes, and as a collective, they decided to do what they did. And then 20 minutes later, after having more discussions on the bench, what they did with Cole Palmer is an absolute shambles. It was a shit show of a decision. It just took the game away from us. And I was literally saying, for God's sake, just get the final whistle done. So I had to get this video done. I had to get this off my chest, because I'm sure there's plenty of Chelsea fans that feel the same way as I do. When it comes to it, when it comes to the important decisions, he gets it wrong, Maresca. Now and again, he might get it right, but for the majority of the time, he gets it wrong. And that's him and his coaching staff and the people that are paid to give him advice, that work with the players. How can you miss the trick yesterday? Man United was sitting in the bottom 4 before we kicked off on 4 points. They beat us, and you got Ruben Amorim going, yes, we deserve to win. You did, because we took all our attacking players off and made it easy for you. Honestly, it was an absolute joke of a decision. And even though Sanchez is to blame for getting sent off, we still have the opportunity to go 4-4-1, 2 wingers supporting Pedro, whether it's Esteval, Palmer, whoever. What a joke. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. You'll notify when my next videos come out. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. See you soon.